What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing?
What's up?
I
Hey
do,
guys.
I do got Donovan and Alex here. I also got some pretty rad lighting from my husband. Um, yeah, he came into the room. We just finished up middle school group, and he's like, "You didn't do the lights." I'm like, "Oh gosh, I totally forgot." But yeah, okay, you guys, I have like a really weird confession as well as like story to tell you guys. So last week, I feel really dumb sharing this, by the way, but last week I was like working and I'm like, man, I'm so tired and I don't know what to do to like pump myself up. I already had like 3 cups of coffee, like 2 cold brews, like I just can't wake up. Then I was like, oh, what's this app on my laptop? I'm like, Spotify. Huh. What does that do? And I start playing music and it changes my whole mood. And I'm like, that's right. Music can change mood and help you do work. And I just felt so dumb being like, I haven't been listening to music for the past like 3 weeks when I'm working. I'm just like working in silence. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I like messaged Claire. I was like, Claire, did you know like music helps you work? And she's like, yes. Like, this is nothing new. I'm like, oh man, shelter in place has made me lose part of my mind. As you guys know or can see here, Pastor Sarah is actually taking tonight off, and we are so glad she is. Yes, we're bummed that she's not here, but she also needs to take a rest, and she's doing a great job modeling that for us tonight. So yeah, and again, we miss all of you guys. It is really crazy how much we miss you guys. It's like I'm going crazy, missing y'all. Alex and Donovan do have a the first.
So we are going to be having a mask drive. If you May 6th.
I can hear, so that's okay. So we're going to have a virtual Camp Cub talent show. Okay, and you just have to be musical talents. They can just be anything you got going on. And so go on our church website on the event page, and you'll find more info. We need your submissions by Sunday, May 17th. So get all your cool videos in.
All right. So we are going to be having an escape camp. One second. It's lagging for me too. But basically oh, there we go. Grad banquet. So we are going to be having our grad banquet this year. It's one of our most popular and rewarding events. We have always celebrated our graduates, and this season is no different. We are going to be celebrating you guys in style. So we're going to have live music, videos, celebratory speeches for each senior, and a lot more. So you can join us online, and don't forget to dress up for it. It's going to be June 5th at 6 to 8 p.m., and it's going to be on YouTube Live.
Okay, a new leadership program. Okay, so we're in the midst of a lot of new things going on. We're going to add some stuff to you. We want to help you expand your leadership gifts because you don't want to miss this. This summer, we're going to be offering 2 3-week-long programs consisting of one-on-one mentorship, the opportunity to lead your own small group, and even more. There are only 10 spots available, so sign up by next week. Sign by next week, June 15th through July 3rd, or July 13th through the 31st. Remember, there's only limited spots, so they're going to fill up fast.
So we have these new discipleship teams. If you are looking for a way to deepen your understanding of God and explore your faith, then you can join us this summer for our first ever discipleship team of 2020. So we're going to have 4 teams, 4 weeks, 3 teams of 5. So we can dig into scripture, get to know 5 new best friends, and ask all the questions you've ever wanted to ask. It's going to be a safe place for you to lean in, listen to God, and be yourself. So you can sign up next week, and you got to sign up fast because there are only 15 spots available. And we're also going to be having Sunday Sem. It's going to be on Zoom at 11:15 on Sunday. The links for those should be in the emails we send you guys.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Sorry, Donovan. I'm just putting my voice in this, and I'm sorry if it's scaring you. But we are going to go into a time of some riddles with Donovan. You guys, we're really sorry that it is a little laggy. We're trying the best we can, but we do appreciate you guys. So Donovan is actually going to take it away for us in just a moment here, and I'm going to put out his first question.
Okay. So for the time being, my name is not Donovan. It is the Riddler right now. As I show you these riddles, I did not come up with by myself. I used Google. That is what I used to find these. Okay, so the first one, when things go wrong, what can you always count on? Okay, I'll give y'all some moments to think of some answers. You know what I mean? These are pretty high-tech riddles, so I don't know. You know what I mean? The answer's pretty tough. I know, me personally, I tried to solve all of them before I looked at the answers, and I think I gave up after 10 seconds of looking for the answer. Should we also use Google? Okay, we're getting some answers in. Okay, you guys got this one. It was your fingers. Is this a common riddle, or I just believe you guys are just that good that you're guessing these riddles? Because again, that one took me a very long time to get. I'm like, what can you count on? I thought like friends, but no, your fingers, the good old counters. Okay, question 2. What is one question you can never answer? Okay. One question someone will ask you, and you're never, ever going to be able to answer this question. Like, never, ever. You know? Heather says she works with preschoolers. Man, preschool, I count on my fingers in high school. Wow. That's okay. Okay, think about the answer. One question you can never answer. And the answer is, are you asleep? If anyone ever asks you, are you asleep, and you're actually sleeping, you're like, oh man, I can't answer that, you know? Like, you ever get a text sometimes, people be like, hey, are you up? You asleep? And it's like, well, I mean, like, my answer to if I'm asleep is that I am asleep, you know? I wish I had the skill to text in my sleep. Okay, question number 3. Where can you find cities, towns, shops, and streets, but no people? Okay, I'm gonna say this might be the hardest one on here. This might be the hardest one. I found this one very difficult. Video games. It was a map. I see people answered it. They said a map. I had no idea about this. Like, where can you find this stuff? Like a map, a video game. A video game was a great answer too. Though. Like, you're playing the right game. You got all that stuff going on. You really do. But a map, I'm like, nah, I couldn't have got that one. I don't know how people wrote this. Like, who really came up with these like genius questions? Congratulations to everyone who got it right. Okay. What has a neck but no head? Let's think about it. What has a neck but does not have a head? What's a Oh, that one comment is pure comedy. It's a bottle. Okay. I see someone got it right. Heather and Hans. Whoa. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Brian. Yeah.
Are you guys like Googling these answers? Or are you guys just this smart? Man. I want to shout out to Svetlana there. When I first received this question, I was like, why is the word "but" in it? Like, what is going on, Donovan? And he's like, oh man. And I'm like, but there is no "but" in it. But yet, you and I both read the word "but." I don't know. Anyways, this is going to be our last Riddler riddle.
Okay. Number 5, the final one. What word is spelled wrong in the dictionary? Okay. What word, people? What word is spelled wrong in the dictionary? Again, just to recall, I knew the answer to none of these but when I read them. These made my brain hurt 100%. Okay, we're getting some answers in. Okay, we're getting a lot of answers in. Apparently, everyone is saying the same answer here. Yeah. You guys got them all right. Congratulations. You guys did wonderful. Yeah, wrong. Wrong is the word that is spelled wrong in the dictionary. You guys are pretty great at these.
You guys are like wicked smart. Like, it is ridiculous. Something as simple as this could also be your talent for the virtual talent show coming up for Camp Cove. You can also Google things and just record yourself giving out these riddles. Like, that would be pretty awesome. As of right now, we're actually going to go into a time of worship. And before we do that, I'm actually going to ask Alex if you can pray for us. And then after our time of worship, we're going to go into a talk with Donovan and Alex. So, Alex, if you can pray for us real quick, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Dear God, thank you so much that we have some time to spend in your word today and to worship you. I thank you for everyone who's able to join us tonight. I pray that you would be with all of us through the rest of our weeks and our school year. Pray you keep everyone healthy and not too bored during quarantine, that would be able to find fun things to occupy our days. In your name I pray. Amen.
This song in my soul, and I feel it stirring in me. This I know for sure, that your love is like a flood, and your mercy never ending. Give my song to you. There's joy in my soul, and it rises like the morning. This I know for sure, that your grace is enough, and your promise never breaking. Give my song to you. For all of your goodness, it's like a well running over. And oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. And oh, my soul, I sing for you. Yes, all my songs I sing for you. There's a hope in my heart, burning bright in the darkness. This I know for sure, that I will look upon your face, forever dwell in your presence, and always sing to you. For all of your goodness, it's like a well running over. And oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. And oh, my songs I sing for you. Yes, all my songs I sing for you. Let my life be to you a symphony, singing out holy, holy. All my life, every single breath I breathe, singing out holy, holy. Let my life be to you a symphony, singing out holy, holy. All my days, every single breath I breathe, singing out holy. You are holy. For all of your goodness, it's like a well running over. And oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. And oh, my soul, I sing for you. For all of your goodness, it's like a well running over. And oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. And oh, my songs I sing for you. Yes, all my songs I sing for you. And all my songs I sing for you.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Always good to hear Brad sing. Love his voice.
Me too. All right.
Okay.
So I'll go for it.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to go into our talk. And today we'll be talking about nature's spiritual practice. I say that right, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically I thought, I guess my part was, just share, like, recently I've been in nature and how I've been, like, seeing God. And I wanted mine to be, like, this real, like, pretty rainbow-like story, but mine constantly started off a little scary. Like, it was a journey to get to the nice part. Like, me and my pal Elias, it was like 2 in the morning, and we was like, hey, let's go to like the water out in Marin. And I'm like, yeah, okay, water, like, the beach is like beautiful and everything. So like just sit down, hit a water splash and stuff. And I'm terrified of the dark. I'm so scared of the dark. And for some reason, trees in the dark are the scariest thing. And I'm driving through this like tiny road, these dark trees, and I'm just like, God, why am I so scared? I'm like, what I mean? You put the same things in the dark that's in the light. Like, like these things don't change. Like, the beauty is still there. Like, help me see the beauty in this because I am terrified, but I'm going to hand all of this fear over to you because that's all I can do right now. You know what I mean? I was powerless in the situation. So as we're going, it eased up. And, I just kind of felt like, this like weight lifted because like I feel like me personally, I don't give everything to God enough. And in that situation, it just felt great to like give it all to him. And then I just saw everything for the beauty it was. You know what I mean? All the little like, I don't know, just everything was beautiful to me. And because that's usually how nature looks. But at night, I'm usually terrified. And I'm just like, wow, like, all this was put here, like perfectly placed, like with a reason. And I get to just bask in it and like all the glory of everything it is. And, just like giving all my worries to God and just being in nature, hearing the water and everything, just I feel like it made me closer to him in a sense.
Yeah, I totally get that. I feel the same way when I'm in nature. So if you are able, you can try to relocate to a space where you can see outside. If not, if you're on a desktop or watching on a TV or something, it's totally fine. But if you're on a laptop or phone, you can try and position yourself near a window. Right now I'm facing the window in my room. If you really want, you could even try to sit outside and watch if it's not too cold for you. It's way too cold for me. But as you're getting situated, I'll give you a little background on why we're going into finding God in nature. So, a lot of us know the story of Job. He was a good and prosperous man who had a lot of faith in God, and one day God allowed Satan to test his faith and take everything away from him. His animals, his servants, all of his kids were killed even, but he still praised God. He became covered in sores that were so painful that he tried to scrape them off, and he was going through it. And his friends came to be with him since he was suffering, and eventually God spoke to him. So here's some of what God said to Job, starting at 38, verse 4. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footings set, or who laid its cornerstone, while the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy? So Job's circumstances, and that Job was right to put his faith in him. So he continues in verse 8. Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness, when I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place, when I said, this far you may come and no further. Here is where your proud waves halt. So I think this image is really powerful because we all know the ocean is huge and beautiful and sometimes even dangerous, but God is even in control of that. He created it and set limits on it, and when we look at it, we can be reminded of how big and powerful God is. And we don't have to be at the beach or by the water to be reminded of that. We can just look out our windows like we are right now. Or even better, we can go for walks in our neighborhoods and notice God in nature and everything around us, whether it's the trees or the flowers or the clouds and the rain. And if you were a counselor at kids camp last summer and attended training week, you remember that we went on nature walks that Kevin Garrett led, and you got to walk through the trees and end up at a lookout point where you could see a lot of the city and pray over our community. And that's something you can do even while we're in quarantine. Whether you find a trail or you go on a walk in your neighborhood with your masks on, of course, or you can sit in your yard or stay inside and sit by a window. You can still look out at nature around you and see a reminder that God is bigger than our suffering. He's bigger than our boredom at home, and he's still with us through this craziness. And at the end of Job's suffering, God heals him and blesses him with twice the fortune he started out with because Job kept his faith in God. So we know we just need to keep our faith in God, and we can look forward to what he has in store for us, even with all this craziness going on that we're not used to. So why I feel it's important to go on nature walks. It might not be your thing, that's totally cool, but I do recommend it as a way to connect with God and find different ways for you that you can talk to him and recognize how he's always around us. All right. Okay, I believe
The
that
importance
we
of talking about
go for
God.
it.
Oh, I'm
Go
so
for it.
sorry, guys.
No
I
worries.
am going in and out of this. I just want to say thank you to Alex and Donovan for sharing their hearts and talking about nature and just being in communication and relationship with God. Alex, I'm going to leave it back to you to give everyone a quick update of what is up next.
Yes. All right, so up next we are going to have a Zoom Pictionary game, and it's going to be really fun. I believe we have the sign-in info for you. If not, I can put it in the comments of our video. Let me send that right now. All right, so it should have sent. Okay, but yeah, so it's going to be super fun. There it goes. We're going to be on Zoom for a little while, and we hope you all are able to join. It's going to be super fun. I'm excited.